This video is the first of a series of 3 videos where we will be talking about how you can use the Table Analyzer wizard and complex queries to import multiple many-to-many datasets into Microsoft Access. In this video, I am going to import data from Microsoft Excel. Unlike my previous video where I imported a simple dataset from the Federal Elections Commission, this data will contain 2 many-to-many relationships. This makes the import process a bit more complicated. If I take a look at my data in Microsoft Excel, this data was created by my Access class, and in the class, students create their own databases containing movies they have selected with the actors and directors that appear in those movies. In order to create the later assignments in the class, I take all of their data and combine it into one very large data set. When I look at the data set, I have 342 rows of information in a flat file, really an Excel spreadsheet. I have directors, movie titles, ratings, the release year, the actor last name, the actor first name, and I have the name of the student who created the data. For the database, I call the student the customer and say that they have rented the movie. I will now open Microsoft Access. I want to create a blank database. I will call this database Movies, which I will save on my desktop. Access is open to a default table, which I will close so the table disappears. I will click on the External Data ribbon and import the Excel spreadsheet. Clicking on Browse. Going to my desktop, finding my spreadsheet, and then importing the source data into the new table in the current database. I want to use the Data Import worksheet, which is shown here. My first row contains column headings, so I want to make sure I check this checkbox. Now as I look through my data, I have 2 many-to-many relationships. I have a many-to-many relationship between the movie and the actor. An actor can appear in many movies, and a movie can have many actors. I also have a many-to-many relationship between customer and movie. A customer can rent, or rather a student can create, many movies, and a movie can be entered by many students. I can only use the Table Analyzer wizard to handle one many-to-many relationship, so I'm going to handle my customer relationship in a different way. So I will skip my customer field for now. I will let Access create my primary key and finish the import wizard. So I now have my data in Microsoft Access, 342 records, and it appears just as it did in Excel, except now I have primary keys, and I am missing my customer field. I will click on the Database Tools ribbon and click on Analyze Table. I want to analyze my data import table. I want to decide what fields are put in what tables. At this point, I will split my tables up and create several tables. I will first pull over all of my movie-related tables and give this table the name of Movie. Notice the one-to-many relationship that exists between the original table and the new movie table. Now I will drag the actor table, the actor information, into its own table. I am going to give this table the name Actor. I now have a one-to-many relationship between the actor and Table 1, and a one-to-many relationship between Movie and Table 1. So this Table 1 will now act as an association table, creating a many-to-many relationship. At this point, I'm going to rename Table 1 to Cast. So an actor is cast in a movie, and a movie is cast with multiple actors. I will also take and drag my director and create a new table called Director. Now there are some possible corrections that Access might make for me automatically in my actors table, so I want to take a look at this. For example, it wants to change Benjamin Bratt to Billy Boyd. I don't want this to happen, so I will select Leave as Is, and do this for each of these incorrect changes. Now there is a correction that I do want to make sure happens. Eva Mendes, her last name is spelled with an S, not a Z, so I will make sure that correction is in effect. At this point, I've made all of my corrections. It will ask me if I want to create a query. I will click on No. So it has created my 4 tables for me. It has foreign keys as lookup fields. So far, we have imported data with one many-to-many relationship and one one-to-many relationship. We will need to do some more work in the next video, and we will use some complex queries, such as make table, append, and we will create some ad hoc joins.